Hi everyone! So today's video is going to be on how much my life has changed since moving to the UK. So I've got a lot to cover in this video. First off, I'd just like to say that I've got my laptop in front of me because I have a ton of notes on this, so I keep looking down. That's the reason why. I can't memorise everything. Firstly, I'll just give a little bit of background before I get into the details. So I'm originally from Perth, Western Australia, and I came to the UK on a 5-year Ancestry Visa. I currently live in Manchester. I moved to the UK because I really wanted to just experience living in a different country and just leave Perth because I was just looking for something different and new. When I went on a holiday a couple of years ago in Europe, it just gave me the bug and I just really wanted to experience something completely different. So I'm pretty much just going to go over each certain part of my life at the moment and just sort of compare it back to what it was like in Perth. My living situation, so slash my home. Originally when I came over here I lived with my auntie, and then within a few months I did move into my own place, sort of. I guess it was a house share with 4 other people, and I lived there for a year or so, and now I live with Joel, my boyfriend, and I've lived here about 2 months I think. Back home I lived with my ex as well, so I have experience living out of home and living with a partner as well. So it is sort of similar but different at the same time, this experience. Obviously because Joel does own the flat, it does feel a bit more like it is my own space as well, so that's also been made a huge difference in my life. So I feel like now that I've moved here I do feel a lot more comfortable, and I enjoy being at home a lot more, and I feel a bit more inspired, especially with YouTube videos and photography and things that I like doing. I feel much more inspired to do those things, and I feel a lot more comfortable doing them. So it's I will spend less time going out and spending money and stuff like that when I've got hobbies that I enjoy doing at home. So that's also been really good. So that's the big difference. When I've lived in other places and when I lived in Perth as well, was I didn't really have my own space. We shared with different people and stuff, whereas it's just me and Joel at the moment. And the next thing I want to talk about is my job. So back home I worked in a very small family company, and I did customer service admin. It was internal sort of customer service admin, so it's sort of similar to the role that I have now, because they're both admin roles, but they're completely different at the same time, because that was customer service, and at the moment I work in a huge global company that's worldwide, and our office is the head office. There's lots of people, and I'm doing sort of contracts and compliance and stuff like that, so it's completely different. I don't know whether it was just lucky that I got such a good job, I guess. I could have gotten a job over here and still been really unhappy in that job, and it might not have ended up the way I wanted it to, in a way. So I think I'm quite lucky that I've actually got a job that I've managed to not managed to keep, but just stay in, and I've actually it's been really enjoyable. If you want to find happiness, you don't just move away and you find happiness. It has to come within, if you get what I'm saying. So I could have easily came over here and still had a shit job and still not have been as happy, but I guess I sort of have been lucky that I've managed to get somewhere that's really good. I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm really not putting words together. The difference about this job is that there's lots more people, and just the work I'm doing I feel a bit more fulfilled, and I feel like I'm achieving a lot more and growing a bit more in the role. And the team that I work in is about 6 other girls or so, or 7. And I've got an itchy eyebrow. And everyone's really fun. Everyone's always having a laugh, and it's just such an enjoyable atmosphere. So I just really look forward to going to work every day, and it makes it so much more enjoyable. Even if you're having sort of a shit work day, it's always just so much fun with that team. So that's what really pushes me to come into work, really. I feel like that is such an important thing. As much as you do have to have a job that really fulfills you and you feel like you get something out of it and you're busy, it's also, you need, I feel like you need a good social community, a good social environment as well, because I think that's what I feel like. I'm a very social person, so I feel like I thrive off that. So yeah, I feel like I'm a lot happier in my job as well. And the third thing is commute and transport. Back home in Perth I used to drive everywhere. I didn't catch public transport ever, only maybe if I went into town, and when I used to live closer to town I'd get the bus in or the train, but as I grew up I just didn't do that at all. It's still even just driving and park and pay parking. And Perth transport isn't as good. So obviously my commute to work was about a 20-minute drive. It was in okay traffic. It wasn't really that busy because in the direction I was going. So it wasn't stressful or anything. It was quite easy. But now I don't have a car, I don't drive, so I pretty much walk and get a tram everywhere, which has been really good. I'm quite surprised how much I don't miss driving, and also it does help that Joel does have a car, so it makes it a little bit easier if I wanted to venture out further. I've had lots of different opportunities to go to a lot of different places because he has a car, and because he can take me and stuff like that. So at the moment my commute's just a 15-minute walk to the tram and then a 15-minute tram ride. So it's only about half an hour, and it's really easy. And I find that because I'm walking, I just walk everywhere, and I feel like I'm walking a lot more. Maybe that has helped as well. Like that's like walking's like a type of meditation, so maybe that's also helped with my mind and everything. And then also, not to brag, but I'm going to talk about my weekends and my social life. I'm not trying to be like, oh look at me, I've got so much plans, but I just want to like touch on this because I guess it's a lot of things. It's not just moving here, but I guess like moving somewhere, it's like a chain reaction of events because like everything's different and new, so everything changes. But like back home I just felt like I always just did the same thing every weekend. Like I sort of was in this like rut or a bit of a routine, and it was just the same old. I don't know whether it was because I was with someone else then and it's like you just sort of get into the comfort zone. I think maybe if I wasn't with them and I stayed in Perth, maybe it would have been a little bit different, but I feel like I did just tend to do the same thing over and over again. And then I feel like now, moving here, I always tend to have different, like lots of different plans and stuff like that. I just feel like there's lots of different things going on. I don't really know how to explain it. Like I've always got somewhere that I'm going, like travelling to, like on a holiday, or me and Joe might go to Wales for the weekend, or I might be going to London to see my friend Joanna, or I might be doing something with someone else, or like I just feel like I've always got like tons of shit in my calendar, tons of shit. And I just like that because I'm the sort of person like I'm not control freak, but I like being organised and I like having things to look forward to. Another thing that I'll mention is the weather. That's a big contribution. At times I have felt like last year we didn't have a very good summer here, and I do feel like sometimes it really does get you down because when it's cold and it's miserable, it's a lot harder to do things. And if the sun goes down really early, I really like that England can be so extreme with weather, well, especially this time around. How it can be so freezing and so different in the winter till summer. It's just so extreme, whereas in Oz it's not like huge difference. It's most of the time it's really sunny and hot, unless it's 3 months of the year, which is this winter, and it can be very rainy. But it's just so different here. That's the thing, I'm just not used to it, and that's why I think I really like it, because it's just so different to me. And also just want to say that like it depends on which city you live in, but I'm really enjoying living in Manchester. I think it's a really great city. I don't know if I think that because it's just different to what I'm used to. It's different to Perth. Oh, I think it's a really good city anyway. Definitely should visit it. I'm going to be doing lots of videos on like things to do in Manchester. They're going to come soon, don't you worry. I just feel like it has tons of character, and it's just really like has lots of history, and I just really enjoy that about England and Manchester. I do feel like now that I'm really content with things in my life, I do feel like I can get more stuck into my passions or hobbies, as you would say. Like I was saying before, like I feel like I'm really inspired. Again, maybe it's because I have moved here, so I do have my own space, but I feel really inspired to get back into YouTube videos and like do photography and stuff like that. Like over the few years, I think I've had my SLR camera for since I was 17, so it's quite a long time. So I've always been into photography, but I've gone in and out of stages where I'll get really into it and I'll really learn how to do like, you know, all the manual settings, and I'll really know what I'm doing, and then I sort of lose interest and then I forget it all, and I'm just in and out. And at the moment I've just bought a new camera. It should be here in a week, so I'm really excited for that, and I really want to get back into it and like properly learn how to do it again, because I do really enjoy it. And I just feel like when everything sort of comes together, you can really throw yourself into things you really enjoy doing, whereas I feel like when I wasn't 100% okay with everything and I've just felt a bit moody sometimes because I wasn't happy with everything, I just never had the motivation to film videos or get into stuff I really liked, like photography, because I just wasn't in the mood. And I think it's just because, like I said, everything coming together. But yeah, I am gonna also maybe do a video on like how to be happier, or how to, something along those lines. I have a lot to share with everyone. I'm starting to sound very spiritual, but I feel like I have a lot to share because I feel like I've learned so much. Recently I also went back to Perth at Christmas, and in March I guess I sort of had reverse culture shock in a way. I feel like visiting Perth has put everything into perspective. Like it's sort of really made me realise how much I really like living here, and how much I don't feel settled in Perth, and how much I really look forward to coming back here. I feel like maybe if I went back there now and I was with someone, obviously I went with Joel, went by myself, and I lived somewhere completely different and my job was completely different, maybe if everything changed, I'd think differently. But I just feel like I never felt settled there, and I was just over it. I just wanted to get out, and I think going back there has really made me think, yeah, I don't want to live here, like I want to live in Manchester. And also I just want to mention, all my friends and family back home, don't take it personally, it's nothing against you, because I feel like every time I sort of say that, they do feel like they may take it personally, but it's nothing against them. It's just me. It's not them, it's me, but it really is. because I wanted to move because that's the thing I wanted to do. That's all it is. So that's a little summary of how much my life has changed, and whoa, I think I moved my camera, and like a comparison to it from Perth to now. So I don't know if I'm making any more sense. I talk too much. Always think to myself, what if I didn't come to the UK? What if I continued being scared of doing this and let fear control me? What if I was like a year and a half down the track and I still hadn't done it? That's why you should always chase your dreams and do what's going to make you happy. You'll only truly be happy once you let go of fear. So you might as well just take that leap of faith and do it, because no point plodding along in life just being like mediocre and just being okay with your life and just always wanting to do all these things but never really doing them. What's the point of that? I just don't understand. You might as well go out and just do all these things that you want to do, because that's really what's going to make you have the best life that you can have. You just never know what's out there waiting for you and how much better your life could be and how much happier you could be. And if it doesn't work out, then who gives a crap, because at least you tried. I'm pretty sure you'd probably be happier because you did try. And then if it didn't work out, then you just go back and start again and try something else. Like, that's all it really is. And that's why they always say you'll regret the things that you didn't do. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it's given you the extra motivation that you needed. Don't forget to subscribe, and click the little bell button so you get notifications of the new videos. I feel like I'm not making sense anymore. So don't forget to like it as well, and comment below if you have any more questions that I haven't answered now. And don't forget to check out all my other videos, because I make videos every week, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!